Yo, what's up, baby? It's Fordee, and today we are going to paint an ombre. An ombre, not to be confused with hombre, the word in Spanish, right? Anyway, so this is the painting that we will actually be going for. However, the only thing we're going to do today is the background. I figure people are going to search how to blend acrylics, and I should have a separate video on that. Blending acrylics, usually between two colors, is called an ombre. So let's get started. I have an 8x10 canvas board. I'm gonna take an X-Acto blade. I'm gonna score the back. I'm gonna pull the plastic off. Throw the plastic away. I have a 1/2-inch brush right here, some water, and I've got the paints I'm gonna use right here. So instead of going for this here, what I did is I went from dark to light to dark. I'm just gonna go dark to light, right? Or light to dark. So we're gonna use these 4 colors. If you were using 2 colors, for example, to go from white to light blue or white to brilliant blue, you would create more mixtures. You'll see what I'm talking about right now. Why don't we just get started? So I'm gonna put a dot here for this paint. Yeah, that should be enough. I'm going to put a dot here for that. I'm going to put a dot, and remember, we're going from light to dark or dark to light. If I have put the white, it doesn't matter. We can turn the board around later if we like. I'm just putting little dots of paint. This should be enough for this canvas. In fact, it might be too much. We've got some paper towels here folded at the ready. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this canvas board up. I have this roll of tape. I'll put it underneath. That way I could hold the canvas, keep it off the wood, and maybe get less paint on the wood. We're gonna start with the white and we're gonna work our way down, huh? So here, to make sure this brush is a little wet, we'll take off all the excess water. We could even take one of these paper towels and get rid of the excess water. We just want this paint to be able to move quite well. And here we go, it's starting to move. We've covered this part already. Look how fast that is, right? Next, keeping this white paint on, we're gonna grab this blue and we're gonna start right there, right? We'll come all the way down here to the other blue. And if we come here, we can take off this excess paint. So we didn't need that much paint, but as we start painting with this blue on the brush into the white, you notice that we're creating this gradation, right? So it goes from white down here, it starts getting to this light sky blue, and boom, here we get into the darker blue. Now how far you get this gradation going is up to you, right? With this paint on the brush. I can even take some of it off. For sure we don't need that much paint, right? And come back here and notice there's still the lighter colors on the brush, but it's okay. So again, like I said, I'm going to throw that paper towel away, get another one. If we get rid of as much of this paint as we possibly can, then what we could do is come with a little bit of water and we can lightly go over this, and now we've made that gradation go further up, right? There we go. Looking good. See, I pulled too much paint right there, and that's why cleaning your brush in between the strokes is a good idea. But again, this paint is wet. I hit it a couple more times. Boom, that's looking all right, right? There's a bunch of paint on the side here we can clean up in a second. I'm going to turn this canvas board a little bit so I can put my finger on the edge here. You see on that corner? And I'm gonna go across with this purple, right? There we go, trying to get the edges first. And see if I get this solid right here before I start trying to create some kind of gradation, then I don't have to worry about coming back in there with the blue paint on my brush so much, right? And it just, see, look at that. Just looking good. Now all that we need to fix because I pulled that blue right there. So I turn it around, there's a bunch of purple paint right there. I could bring that over like this. There we go, right? And just come up here like that. Bam, bam, bam. So I think that actually looks good. We are going to put our brush right here. I'm going to take this paper towel, fold it, and I'm going to glide it along the edge. Let's go from the light to dark, right? So in case it goes on the canvas at all, then we are taking the lighter colors, pulling them down instead of the darker colors, which would show way more, right? I'll do the same thing right here on this side. And you notice it picked the paint, it pushed it over right here. That's fine because maybe we'll add a border to this, or who cares, right? Happy little accidents. So guys, I hope you found this tutorial useful. This is our final result. We got dark purple going to white in a gradation, right? 4 different colors. If we wanted it to go to light to dark again, then we would have put a smaller dot of purple, then the brilliant blue, then the sky blue, then the white, then another white, then, you know, repeat the process going halfway and then halfway. Depending on how large your canvas is will determine how much paint you have to use, whether it's a small dot or less or more, etc. This canvas is much smaller, the test one that I did to come up with this painting. And so I used a really small dots of paint. And again, I think it's harder to work on a smaller scale than it is to work on a larger scale. The larger one a little bit more forgiving, right? So in the next video, we are gonna show some liquid acrylic stuff, show you how I did this cat with the star and the moon, etc. I hope you found this tutorial useful. Share it with your friends, guys. Until next time, I'm out.